What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. It's one of the best Mondays ever. I'm super pumped to be talking to you why content marketing works to generate leads. So I want to have this conversation because over the weekend I was talking to my really good friend Matt, and we were kind of going over a value proposition I want to put together for our Facebook campaign. As we're talking, he's asking me a couple of questions. And I realized I've been pushing the final product without talking about the solution. Let me explain. So in my line of work, I do content marketing as a lead generation tool using content organic on platforms to generate leads for businesses, right? But the problem is I've been focusing on the actual product itself, which is the content I make, rather than what the content will do for someone. It's the same thing that I've actually talked about in the past. I just wasn't doing it. And no one really cares about how fancy the gym is or what equipment it does or has and whatnot. You don't make decisions on that. You make decisions on actually what that machinery and that gym will do for you. Make you feel better, lose weight, be more healthy, all these things. And again, this is part of the magical experience because to be honest, I've been talking about this for so long, but I've convinced myself that that wasn't the reason for it. So that's why I was like, you know what, let's have a conversation about this and see if we can really, get you more qualified leads using content, especially organic content. Because again, in this world, I still think there's an amazing blue ocean for many businesses to get some clients into the door using content without spending a ton of money on both a marketing team, without ad spend, so without paid promotion for ads, because the truth is right now there's still so few people, especially on LinkedIn, Medium, Quora, that you can really tap into the power of these platforms without having to spend an arm and a leg to get in front of those people. So what's the point of content? I kind of mentioned it before. The real point of content marketing is to both explain the solution that you offer, the context that you do, the people you serve, all this stuff. Basically, the whole package that you're trying to showcase is you have a product or service that is a solution for someone, and you want to get that in front of them and explain the reasons why, case studies. You want to really give them all the research that they would need to make an educated decision on if you're the right solution to the problem that they're facing. Because if you're in business like me, and by the way, I'm going to take a pause real quick. Randy, what is up? Good morning. Good morning. Happy to see you here. Marielle, thank you so much. Happy Monday. It is going to be a fantastic day. Hopefully, this is a ton of value adds. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to just drop them here. Because I want to answer them, right? I want to make this contextual because this whole spiel is going to be like 10, 15 minutes. I do think it's going to be super valuable nonetheless, but I want to make this contextual to your businesses because, again, I want to get you more leads because if I've learned anything in my short time as a content creator, the best thing I can do is help you generate more business, So like why not, right? So anyway, like I said, the whole point of creating content is to package a easy and ready solution for the person that you're trying to reach. Because here's the thing, your customers are going to do research on your company, on you, regardless of if you're posting or not. And you want to arm them with the right information so that they can take that information and give them to the person who's actually going to make the final decision, or convince the final decision maker that what you have is the best. Because in this world there are so many problems that we solve. Each industry has hundreds if not thousands of different specific problems, and that's why products and services and companies really exist to fulfill that need. Now, your customers are on these platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Medium, Quora, TikTok, whether it doesn't matter what platform it is, there are still users on these platforms. And the data speaks for itself. People are migrating from traditional means, TV, radio, newspapers, into more of the digital space. So, i.e., your customers are now on these platforms. Now they're armed with not just the solution that you offer, but because you offer in regards to the geographical nature of where you're competing now on the global stage. Because if you were in small town Idaho, or let's say Kentucky, I haven't brought up Kentucky in these lives, small town Kentucky, and you have a problem in your manufacturing systems, potentially there's only one company very close to you that you've known forever, and you always went to them when you had a problem. Now in the digital world, you can run hyper targeted ads towards that person or create content uh, that person sees, and they might now negate to go with you and rather go with someone else, because that person might have a better value proposition, better price, and that's the game that we're playing. So your customers are number one on these platforms. Number two, they're consuming content from businesses like yours. Whether you're like me in the marketing space, whether you're in the tech space. I see Randy over here is director of operations. Let's see where, so we can add a little bit more context. He is nonprofit space, right? Nonprofits, you're vying for a certain amount of dollars to be donated. So for Randy, especially, potentially he's looking at competing with all the other nonprofits out there, and there's quite a few, and they all have noble causes. But you're really passionate about yours, and there's people that are more passionate about your nonprofit than someone else's. But maybe they don't know what you're up to, or they don't even know about your nonprofit or the solution that you're offering to that specific community, and they might just put their dollar somewhere else when they could have been going to you, and that works for anyone. So I see Marielle over here in the comments. She is a educator, and the education space is the same thing. So preschool, right? Why should anyone go to the preschool that she's at rather than all the other preschools out there? Again, if this was back in the traditional world, maybe all the families in a specific community went to that one specific preschool. But today, there's hundreds of preschools, and probably not hundreds, but there's a fair number. There's a handful of preschools in the nearby area, and they're all vying for their for students, right? Kids to go there. Why go there versus somewhere else? Yes, you can play in the price game, but we know as well as anyone, especially with education, you're willing to spend a couple more dollars if you think that the preschool offers a better solution than the other preschools, and they've showcased it through their content, through their messaging, and through use cases, case studies, and all that fun stuff. Everything I just mentioned is content. If you really break it down, all content is the and I break it down into 3 E's. Entertain, educate, and engage. But really, all content is the answering the specific questions, showcasing the specific solution in its context, and that's really it. So whether you're in the nonprofit space, like Randy was, or in the education space like Marielle, it goes all across the board. So now that we know what content is, that our customers are actually customers/clients are on these platforms, how can we tap into that? Like that's where I wanted. That was a long tangent to get to this very point. Here's the thing: whatever you're offering, it solves a problem. So we have to communicate how it solves that problem on these platforms. And I kind of hinted at what it was earlier, but there's 3 E's. It's the entertain. You gotta get entertained, and entertain. People think it's juggling or whatnot. By the way, I can juggle, and I should actually juggle live. That would be super fun. One of my very first videos on LinkedIn to stand there was a juggling video. But I digress. So. Oh, Marielle text message because I rock. And you go, yes, yep. Why and when they don't know me, it's building relationship and trust. Exactly. And Marielle, I think you'll really appreciate this because trust is the middle factor. But before you can build trust with someone, you have to actually get their attention. So to get their attention today, it's super easy to get someone's attention, but at the same time very difficult, because now instead of having 20 or 30 local newspapers or TV shows, we have about 12 mobile applications, and there are companies all across the board vying for eyeballs, right? So how do you get someone's attention? Well, you really dig into the entertaining value. What is entertaining to that community? What is something that you can showcase that's different, that stands out, and gets them to think about it, right? Randy, I can do it at the end. So Randy, if you promise to stay for the next 13 minutes, I will juggle for you, just because why not, right? So anyway, so whether that's super fun. I haven't juggled live before. The pressure is on, but I digress. So regardless of what it is, you have to entertain the person to get their attention, right? For each specific person, it's different. For a nonprofit space, it could be, the final product and showcasing, if you help build houses for people in a specific area, right? Showcasing the final product, people enjoying the solution and, and that might be fun, right? Like learning stories and hearing how a solution has impacted them, right? That might be enough to be entertaining. Like, wow, like there's this nonprofit, they're doing awesome things, boom, 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 right? For Marielle, if in the education space, it could be like after someone's gone through their preschools, what's the final problem? Actually, I would even go there. All the fun that the kids are having, right? Seeing kids have fun is entertaining, right? Them doing silly things, making playing made up games that they have, right? Whatever that is, that might be entertaining, right? So two different audiences might be super entertaining for both of them, and the end users, which could be for the nonprofit space, people who actually have the disposable income to give back to nonprofits, or the parents. For the education system, right? And there's two different audiences, but they're both entertained. Now that you got their attention, you can start going with the relationship factor. The best way to do it is build trust, right? You don't trust a friend that you met a week ago to help you move, but you will trust someone that you've known for 10 years to help you move, right? That's just, relationships are built on trust. So once you've, entertained them to get their attention, you have to educate them to build trust with them. Because again, whether it's the nonprofit space, the education space, the finance, the real estate, the person that you're selling to has to trust that the solution and the person offering that solution can actually fulfill the promises that that solution has, right? If me as a marketer, you have to trust that I can help you generate more leads before you actually pay me to generate more leads. Because if you don't trust me, you're not gonna pay me. You're not gonna full on believe that I can do it. In the nonprofit space, if people don't believe that Randy over here can help solve the problem that nonprofit does, or that the nonprofit can solve that solution, why would I trust them with my hard-earned dollars to that charity? I can just give it to a different charity that I trust more. Or in the preschool space, if I don't think that educator is going to be the best solution for my child, like why would I go with them? I would rather spend an extra, X amount of dollars to take them somewhere else if I can trust that solution will actually do it. And trust is very hard to, to generalize how to build, but the best ways is through case studies. It's through experiences. It's through showcasing tips and tricks and opening up your process, because your customers are going to regardless think about how to reach. Let me back up. Your customers are going to do research on you and all the other solutions, like whether it's donating money like to the charity Randy works at, or where to enroll their student at. The truth is they're going to do their background research and they're going to talk to other people, and social is a great way to do that. You can do both of them. You can showcase the brand, the company, the nonprofit, the education institute can showcase all that fun stuff, and they can have, in what I really like, user engagement. Current clients or prospects or customers can actually now comment back and forth, and you can actually have a conversation with people who use that. Now you're not just trusting the brand, but you're trusting the people who already use the brand, and that breaks down those walls. So for Randy, people are really donating to the nonprofit, right? If you're posting about the outcome, or they had a huge fundraiser and they're thanking everyone for donating, and you see 10 comments about people saying this was a great event and the nonprofit's doing all that amazing work, that makes sense. Oh, Katrina, what is up? Oh, we need to do a live again. We need to do a live together. I'll send you a link at the end of the show. Katrina is one of my best friends here on LinkedIn, guys. Definitely do not know her. She is amazing. But I gotta keep true. I told Rainey in 13 minutes, and I think it's like 6 more minutes I gotta get through this. But I think hopefully this is super valuable. But anyway, so you're both getting user, social proof. That's why we go to restaurants. Like, you don't go to a restaurant with 3 Yelp reviews. You go to a restaurant with 1,500 Yelp reviews. And if they're, regardless of the 3 stars, if the 3 Yelp reviews have 5 stars, if the the other one has 1,500 and they're 4.5, you're going to go with the 4.5 because there's both qualitative and quantitative, feedback, right? So the truth is, that's what I want you to create. And I haven't talked about that, but that's true. You're doing great. There's a bunch of my clients that I have right now that always respond to some of my content pieces about that, right? That's remarkable. That I know gets the conversation going, and that's amazing for me because it showcases that I really have a solution that's solving a problem for them, and that's social proof that someone that might be a prospect might be thinking. And it's the same for you. So Katrina's like me in the marketing space. We live and breathe by word of mouth, right? Even though we're on social media, I've got more referrals from people who don't follow me because someone who do follow me refers them to contact me. Same with nonprofit or education space. And then that kind of feeds into the last E, which is engage, right? Here's the thing. If I know who you are and I trust you, you still have to convince me, and this is where the sales process goes forward. You have to convince me that you're the right person to do it. Because even with the research, it's great to read how to do a push-up. It's a whole different thing to actually do a push-up or have a trainer help you with a push-up, right? What your solution does needs to be contextualized for that person, right? I need to know the quickest one that comes to my mind is in the preschool analogy, the education space, right? I know who you are. I trust that you can help my child, but can you help? I think my child might be musically inclined or might be more geared towards the STEM program. Can your preschool offer, or does it offer classes for those specific ones? Yes or no? Because as a decision maker, as the customer, I want my student to have that, right? That's the quickest analogy I could think of. Like, that's contextual. So that's when your prospects, and this happened, I kid you not, yesterday, where I made a specific post and a individual actually commented on that, and within 15 minutes of that, and I've been connected to this person since 8 months ago, but this is the first time I saw them really commenting back and forth and engaged and answered questions. I contextualized my solution. Within 15 minutes of that, I was on a phone call and I am sending a proposal over today, right? That's how quick things happen because I got their attention. We build trust and they think I can help them. And now I contextualize the solution, right? A proposal is just a nice way of summing it all up. I don't like proposals, but it's valuable for some people, right? So regardless, that's how you use content to drive leads. And the nice thing about content is it's not passive, but it's more passive than going to a networking event. Networking events tend to be after work. It's from 5 to 8 p.m. You get to meet 10 to 15 people, and how many of those people might be prospects for you? Maybe one or two, and then maybe one gets a sale. So out of 15 people you meet at this networking event, one might become a real prospect and become a customer. Social media is just a 24-hour networking event where if I make, and that's the thing, I make 5 posts a day, I know I'm not going to reach the 68 or 69 or 7,000 connections I have, but I'm putting it out there and I'm reaching someone, right? And then those people have followers, and if they see engagement with the post, a person that I might not even be connected to. I'm pretty sure Randy is a first degree, Marielle is a first degree, but I've had third degree people connections on these lives, and it's because someone was engaging in there, someone jumped in, and that's actually how I got a prospect call set up this week. Was from a live last week where someone who I'm a first connection with was messaging, and someone I'm a second connection with saw that live, jumped in, liked the content, and we actually have a phone call this week, right? So the nice thing is that's just the power of social media, right? If you see your friend talking to someone at a networking event, you go up to them, you learn that they can help solve a problem, you're more than likely going to want to continue that conversation. The same thing here is on social, right? Plus the fact is you get to now reach anyone in the world. Even if your buyer's persona didn't show up to the networking event in the real world, here on social, you can just send them a direct message and be like, hey, created this post. I think you'll really get a ton of value from it. Let me know what you think, and I'd love to connect more. Just from that simple thing, and that you're thinking about them, and that the content is valuable, they might reach out to you, and you might just start the whole sales process there. So I talked a lot. We're actually at the 20 minutes. I gotta find a couple things. By the way, if you have any questions, what I think would be super super fun would be juggling while answering questions. I mean, like, why not make this completely like really hard? So if you have any questions while I look for 3 objects, again, I don't have any juggling balls with me, so we're gonna have to do random items. But let's make it work. So what I have so far is one of these like energy powders, but I don't know. I actually want to use that. I gotta fulfill Randy's promise. I gotta get this juggling thing on. I think this might be the best clip I've ever done. Okay, so got 2 objects. I need 1 more. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what I got for you is an external microphone case. I got some floss, and then I got my little coding duck here. So as a promise to Randy, I'm going to juggle those. There we go. Shit, like I might have to stand for it. So like, let's see. Oh, there goes the camera. You know, only on the Nico Live experience. I want you to find someone else that'd be willing to juggle at 7:30 a.m. There we go. Hopefully Randy's watching. Ta-da! I don't know if you could see that. Let's see on the actual replay. Let's see if this worked. That was super fun. That was exactly first E. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see it. There we go. We did it. Awesome. Well, that's what I got for you guys today. Like that's that mic is not wanting to work. Boom. Okay. So that's what I got for you today. Use content as a way to drive more engagement in not just your leads, but really. Okay, I should back up. Use content as a way to drive leads. Use the content to both entertain, to build attention, educate to build trust, and then engage with the end consumer to contextualize the problem that you have. If you do that, I promise you, especially here on LinkedIn, you will see much more conversations with the people that you're trying to reach than you might be having today. This is only geared to getting more of the right people. And again, Randy, this might be like a great, second one, but maybe Facebook. Actually, for both Marielle and Randy, Facebook might be the actual best platform for you, right? Just because, like, at the end of the day, your audiences might be there, but LinkedIn might be great too, right? Even though the organic has fallen on Facebook, I bet you can still post in groups. You can still put out content that will drive leads and prospects to you. So that's all I got for you guys today. And I hope you enjoyed the entertaining act. I'm honestly going to clip that and share that tomorrow. So I'll tag Randy and Marielle. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Again, if there's any questions or anything what I said, please let me know, because I'm always looking at how can I provide more value back to the community, because you guys give so much, right? We'll end it here. Have the best day ever, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.